So my top tips for taking the OET test. I'm going to divide into the different sections, but the most important thing to remember is to read. Read the instructions, read the questions, okay? So the reading test is divided into 3 sections, and as in all reading comprehensions, you have to remember some very important points. Look for the keywords. Always look for the keywords. Look for synonyms, so words that have the similar or the same meanings, references, to points before and after the information that you need to use to answer the question. So it's not always clear where the information is. Is it before? Is it after? Don't get stuck on words you don't know. So if you find a word that you don't know, don't get stuck on it. Just try to understand within the context and then move on. Okay? Always move on. Never get stuck. Don't stop on any one question, but move on to the next and maybe go back and do the trickier ones after. So that's always a good tip. So generally speaking, in the reading part, the questions are in chronological order in B and C. So the text is related to in the questions by paragraph. So my tip is to write the numbers of the paragraphs. So if you've got 6 paragraphs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down the side. Speaking takes the form of a role play, so you are acting in this part. Pay attention to the prompts on your role play card. You're given a card with prompts on it that tell you what to do. So if it says discuss, explain, reassure, inform, make sure that you do all these things. The interlocutor who is playing the part of the patient or the relative of the patient will have similar instructions, okay? And remember that it's not testing your medical knowledge, it's testing your English. Very important for you to remember that. So don't add any information that's not necessary. In the writing, make sure that you include all the relevant information and try not to get distracted by the irrelevant information. So if you're writing case notes for a patient, the patient's background, family background and so on may not be relevant to what you're writing, so you have to decide if you need to put that in or not. Use full sentences, please. Don't forget your prepositions, don't forget the verbs. These are not notes, it's a letter. It's a letter to another colleague, so don't write notes. And in the listening part, finally, make sure that you listen for verbal cues to what you need to say. The cues are the words that prompt you to find the right answer, okay? Ignore the distractors, all the information around, and go for the cues of keywords, which it's similar to the reading as well. And focus when you're answering the questions. Don't let your mind go off. Focus on what you're doing, and you'll be fine. And lots of reading practice before you start. Read medical journals, look at websites, and get all the information you can. Okay? And good luck.